Mic check. 1, 5, 6.
I can hear Courtney, and then I hear someone who is muffled. Oh, you can hear me? Okay. Yeah, I got you.
Hey, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, mic check. 1, 2, 3.
Well, good morning to you and welcome to After GMS. Today is Wednesday, January 6th. Yes, we have made it to the middle of the week and it feels so good. I'm Tracy McCain here with Megan Malaris, a hyped up Stacy Spivey. We have Ed Matthews in the Weather Garden and meteorologist Triad Kirksey as well. 2 meteorologists for the price of 1.
Oh yeah, we're gonna need it this week. And we also have the 234 viewers who are already tuned in, all ears to hear our winter weather outlook heading into Friday. So let's kind of start with the overview and then get into the talkers
Okay,
about it.
that sounds good. Let's go ahead and get right to it, and we'll start with a look at the 7-day forecast here. You see, again, we're expecting a lot of sunshine today. It's kind of the calm before the storm, so to speak. We'll see our high temperatures eventually end up in the upper 40s to low 50s. The cloud cover will start to increase as we go on into Thursday, and then Friday is the day that we're watching for the potential of some winter weather. So here's the setup: high pressure in charge of our weather today, and then as we go on into Thursday, we're going to watch that area of low pressure off to our west, and that system right there will get a little bit closer to us as we go on into portions of Thursday, and then as we go into Friday, it's actually going to cause an area of low pressure to develop at the coast, and that's what's going to track up the coast and give us a chance of some winter weather. All right, so let's time it out for you. 11 o'clock Thursday night, so we're going to jump ahead about a day here. Not a whole lot happening at 11, but I think as we go through the overnight hours, we're going to start to see some moisture move in. It may start out as kind of a rain, snow, sleet mix to begin. And then as we go through the morning hours on Friday, we'll continue to see that moisture push on in. This is going to be one of those kind of all day type of situations where the best chance of seeing snow most of the day will stay in the foothills. And then for the Triad, we may kind of go back and forth through the day between rain and snow. And then through the afternoon, especially as we go on into the evening, as this system starts to get out of here, we may end it with a burst of maybe moderate to heavy snow for just about everyone, and that would probably give us the best chance of decent accumulations as far as the Triad is concerned. Still too soon to put out a accumulation map, but we'll likely do that later on this afternoon. I will say this though, the best chance of accumulation in the foothills, but here in the Triad, we're probably going to kind of be right there on the line. So we'll keep you updated both on air and online with this situation. And yeah, early next week, we might have something else too. Don't worry about that right now.
Yeah, you know, next week is next week,
Yeah.
but this one on Friday is enough to talk about.
There you go.
So we'll start with that because everybody seems to be kind of buzzing around that S word. And Taran, since you said it this morning, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Snow.
Yep.
I wait until you say it before I say it, right?
You know, I hold off as long as I can, but I've had to say it now.
Well, we were waiting for it, and since it happened today, now people are letting us know how they feel. So let's check in with Stacy because people are talking.
Oh yeah, they've been talking on Facebook all morning. They've also been texting us. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what some people have said already. Kenny writes, I love snow. Hope it comes down for 2 to 3 days. Would like to see 15 plus inches. Kenny, looks like you need to move somewhere a little bit further north. Celine in Winston-Salem sent in some snow emojis and then went on to say, bring it on. I scream, you scream, we all scream for snow cream. And Antonio says, no. Yeah, I think I'm more so with Antonio, but a lot of people are very excited on our Facebook stream right now. Bridget says, snow, gotta go get bread and milk. Lisa says, bring on the snow. She put the little snow emoji, a blue heart, and even the little snowman. Robin said, snow one day and gone the next is what I want. I think I would be okay with that if that's going to be the case. That would be, you know, one day in and out the next day.
I'm getting a kick at all these Frozen comments here because, you know, every time we mention snow, I, of course, think of Frozen and, you know, the song, do you want to build a snowman, right? So then all of a sudden I put that in there and then Jason said, let it go. And Jimmy Clapp said, I want sand and flops. So I want sand and flops too. But Meg, you know, I think that whenever you decide what we're going to get, it's what happens. For some reason, Megan says, I don't want snow, and it doesn't happen.
What? I don't know about that, but hey, I'll take it.
And rarely do you say, I want 12 inches of snow.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that.
Okay, yeah, I will certainly not say that. I do think, and I've kind of warmed up to this idea over the week as it's now becoming more and more likely we'll get something. I do think it would be nice to get a little bit as long as it doesn't have a major impact on roads or, of course, putting students at risk is a big concern potentially if this is a morning event. But we hope that, you know, it doesn't cause major road issues, does not cause major power outage issues. If those factors are true, then yeah, I would like to see a little bit. I would love for my 1-year-old winter baby to be able to play in it. He loves being outside in cold weather, doesn't seem to bother him, so I think he would really enjoy being able to taste the snowflakes on his tongue, and that would be just a fun experience, I think, for me too. So a Friday, I guess, is a good day to have a snow if we get one.
Yeah, yeah. What do you think, Ed?
Well, I tell you, I like the idea of Megan calling the shots here as far as forecasting whether we get snow or not. And I kind of like the ring to the Megan model.
What on Megan model? You guys have cooked this up. I don't want anything to do with these predictions.
We're off the hook now, man.
There you go. There you go. It forecasts everything perfectly. The brand new Megan model. I like it.
I do too. It has a ring to it.
Yeah, it does. You know, really, I mean, look, let's face it. If we had 80-degree weather every day, Ed would be a happy camper. But quite frankly, from a forecasting standpoint, I tell you what, these things are rough. They always are to forecast because there's so many pieces of the puzzle that need to come together for us to get measurable snow. I don't mind a little bit. You know, I'm the half-inch guy, but as I've always said, I love to watch the snow fall, but I love to watch it melt when it hits the ground. That's my kind of snow, but just a little bit. A half inch or a dusting or something like that. It's really beautiful until it gets dirty and I'm ready for it to melt away quickly.
So Taran, you haven't put out the snow totals yet, but are we thinking like maybe a dusting, if anything, or are you talking about accumulating stuff?
I do believe, and to make sure I pick my words carefully,
Okay.
Ed knows what I'm talking about, you know, when it comes to snow. I think that the best chance of seeing that accumulating snowfall will be in the foothills because that's the part of our area that will see a longer period of snowfall and not snow mixed with rain as much. But here in the Triad, if we get a burst of snow, so we're talking about a burst of moderate to heavy snow, maybe for 30, 45 minutes, something like that, even if the temperatures are above freezing, the air temperature can be above freezing, the ground can be very warm. If it snows hard enough, fast enough, you could get some brief accumulations, maybe up to an inch or so is kind of what I'm thinking right now. Still need some more data, but I think that will be a real possibility. And the tricky part is this. it's going to be kind of on again, off again. We'll start off the morning with the chance of some winter weather across parts of the Triad. Then maybe we'll warm up a couple of degrees. It might change over to rain for a little while. And then as the system moves away from us, as we go on into Friday afternoon, Friday evening, sometimes when those lows really start to wind up off the coast and they're starting to move away from us, we get a burst of like really heavy snow for a short period of time.
Yeah.
That could be the time frame where we actually see the best chance of some accumulation in the Triad. So that's why, Ed and I have been talking. It's really tricky to try to nail down these things. This isn't the type of system where it's a home run. Hey, it's going to snow, the whole time, and we're going to get 8 to 10 inches of snow. This is one of those situations where some of the factors are razor thin and they're kind of marginal, but it might be just enough that we can get some accumulation. So we'll have to kind of keep an eye on it, but the general theme is you have a better chance of accumulation the farther north and west you are. You have a better chance of seeing more rainfall the farther south and east you are. So as you get a little bit closer to Raleigh, places like that, they may see this end as a little bit of snow, but they'll have more rain out that way. Foothills, it's probably going to snow the majority of the time.
Yeah. And Taran, you've been talking about earlier on the Good Morning Show, we're going to be watching radar very closely for these bursts of snow, these little snow periods that may last 10 or 15 minutes where the snow really comes down. That's when you really have an opportunity to get the ground nice and cold quickly, and that's when you can get some accumulation. Something else that Taran and I have been talking about off camera as we have been analyzing all of the data is that what is unique about this system, we talk about the surface low that develops along the Carolina coast, but the upper level parent low is going to be tracking right across North Carolina. And when you get those strong, and this one's a pretty strong one, upper level low to move through, that's the reason we're talking about the possibility of some of those bursts of snow associated with that upper level system. That's very unique because it's tracking right across our area. So that's another thing that we're going to be watching through the day on Friday.
Yeah, I have I know we've just been running our mouths. I'll leave it at this.
We're having fun.
One of my mentors told me years and years ago, there's always a surprise under a cold core low. Okay, a cold core upper level low. Now this one isn't the coldest upper level low I've ever seen, but it is certainly strong enough that it could enhance the snowfall rates, and that could give us a bit of a surprise. There's a situation probably about 15, 20 years ago. I'm that old. This was when I was still a kid. But there was a cold core low that tracked over Jackson, Mississippi, and they got accumulating snowfall just right under where that low tracked, and all around it was rain. So, some weird things can happen sometimes when you have the upper level low itself tracking right over. So we'll watch it. We'll see what happens, but like I said, the most likely situation is maybe a few inches of snow as you get close to the mountains, as you start to really head into the foothills where the elevation goes up. Better chance of all rain as you head to the southeast.
Well, guys, we did have one question from Joe Horn, if we can get to that before we go to our headlines. Joe wanted to know about the Saturday morning impact, since you said that this is so random on Friday.
Yeah, whatever moisture that we do have still out there Friday night, certainly could be make for some icy travel early Saturday morning. Temperatures Friday night will be below freezing. Pretty confident in that. Temperatures during the middle of the day on Friday could be in the 31 to 34, 35 degree range. And so if you get a heavy snowfall, then the roads will be slick. But if it's kind of more of a lighter snow or something like that, you still watch bridges and overpasses, but the regular roadways might be okay until nightfall and when temperatures fall below freezing. So I'd certainly, if I did have early morning Saturday plans to go somewhere, I would check on the road conditions first and maybe even postpone them until that afternoon. That might even be a better idea when temperatures will be well above freezing in the 40s.
All right, well, our Brian has a final note here saying, Ed wore his bow tie. That means it's for sure gonna snow. Okay, mull over that, Ed. Let's take a look at our morning headlines now. More Triad counties are entering phase 1B of our state's vaccine plan and offering COVID-19 vaccines to anyone age 75 or older. Forsyth County started offering them by appointment this morning. The Guilford County Health Department will move to Phase 1B this coming Monday, January 11th. Alamance County will start giving out vaccines this morning, but spots are already full. They'll offer more this afternoon. Davidson will follow suit and start their clinics tomorrow. Health departments ask you for patience as they work to answer your calls and get people scheduled for vaccine appointments. Today, we will get an update from Governor Roy Cooper and the state's COVID task force. It comes as the vaccine process continues and hospitalizations reach consecutive records every day this week. The governor's modified stay-home order is also set to expire this Friday night at 5 unless it's extended or modified. You can stay with WFMY on air. The update is at 2. Watch it live or online at WFMYnews2.com.
It is day 2 for some Guilford County students who returned to in-person learning this week. Grades 3 through 5 attended school for the first time since last March yesterday. For some, it came with noticeable changes, as with this class that moved to a library to allow for proper social distancing. Middle school students are the next round of GCS students set to return. They're expected back in class at the end of the month. Winston-Salem Forsyth County Schools will keep its reentry plans in place and bring back some students next week. The school board discussed those plans last night and decided to move forward. Students in 2nd, 3rd, and 6th grade will return to classes this Monday, and students in the remaining elementary and middle school grades will switch back to in-person learning at the end of the month. Well, you know, there are not a lot of movie rental stores left. One chain was holding out until now. Family Video announced it is closing its stores at all locations. Stacy, this is heartbreaking, especially for me. I used to go and get my VHS tapes from there all the time.
Yeah, it's really like an end of an era. I mean, remember there used to be Blockbuster, Movie Gallery, all these different video rental stores that we used to go to when we were younger, and they're just not there anymore. It's just really, really sad. Now, as far as Family Video goes, they had more than 250 stores nationwide, including 2 in Winston-Salem and 1 in Lexington. So this got us thinking, do you still even rent movies either in a store or through Amazon? Or do you just catch something on a streaming service like Netflix or a movie on cable? So we've asked you this morning. Some people texted in, and Nick says, I rented Forrest Gump from Blockbuster a long time ago. That's a classic movie. And then our director, Jeffrey, says, last movie rented was on December 24th on Amazon, and it was Christmas Eve on Sesame Street from the 70s. I think that as far as like actually going into a store, renting a movie, it has been a long time. I used to do Redbox a lot in college, but now that I have access to so many streaming services, I may rent a movie or two through Amazon or Apple TV, but goodness, it has been a long time since I've just gone into a store and rented one. Makes me think back to elementary school. On Friday nights, you go with your friends to rent a movie and go home, have a sleepover, eat pizza, watch the movie. Sad that kids won't, get to experience that anymore.
Well, I have a confession. Please don't cancel me for this in this cancel culture that we live in. I have never rented a movie from a Redbox. Is that what we call it? Redbox? A Redbox? I don't know. I've never, like on demand, like ordered a movie that's streaming digitally. I've never ordered anything like that. The last thing I rented was probably a DVD when I was in college, and I don't even remember what it was. And to be honest with you, I can't even find my wedding DVD. So, I mean, I just, if it's not on TV at the moment or, on demand later, then I'm just not, renting it or seeing it, which is part of my problem.
I mean, renting a movie was such an experience growing up. I remember going to Blockbuster, Hollywood Video, and then obviously later on Redbox, which do still exist, by the way. I've seen a couple of Redboxes, I think at one of the Walmarts here in Greensboro or on Walmart marketplaces. So people are still using them in some capacity. I'm not sure if they work the same way they did many years ago. But that VHS tape and that rental process was such a fun family outing. I remember Titanic, it came in like 3 or 4 different VHS tapes because it couldn't fit on one, and you had to pop the next one in when you were done with the previous one. I mean, times have changed, and it's just crazy to think about that evolution, and you almost wonder, well, if this is where we are now, what's next?
I don't know. Maybe part of it, we kind of talked about this a few days or weeks ago now. Everything runs together. But, maybe they'll just start releasing things directly to the streaming and maybe the movie theater at the same time. But I'm with you all. Friday night, especially if my grades were good or something like that, my dad will take me to Blockbuster to rent either a movie or a video game and something like that. It's just definitely a lot of nostalgia there, but time kind of keeps on rolling on, and so things certainly times are changing as the song goes.
Yeah, let me set the stage for you. Being the elder here, the year was 1984.
Oh, great year.
Picture it,
I was a senior at NC State.
Oh.
I think that's the last time that I rented a video from Blockbuster. And I have no idea what the movie was, but I always loved to go to Blockbuster. It was a great store, great rental store, because they had the box style peanut M&Ms. So I'd load up on those. I would rent the movie and buy a lot of candy, especially those peanut butter M&Ms, and go home and enjoy the movie. But then we came out with this amazing thing called a DVD. And for those of us who remember, the VHS. That was nice. I started buying movies. I have not bought a lot of movies, but if it's a really, really good movie, I'll go ahead and buy it and keep it in my small library of movies.
I would love to know what's in that library of movies. I have a feeling Footloose is one of them. I don't know why.
I like comedy. I'm more into the comedy than I am, the serious stuff.
Yeah.
Something that'll make me laugh. I like it.
Okay, awesome. Well, listen, I haven't been canceled quite yet. A lot of people have said they've never used a red box either, or the red box. Can someone help me with this terminology? Is it a red box or the red box? Or is it just red box?
I think it's just red box.
I think it's just red box.
Yeah.
Like you go to Redbox and get your DVD.
Yeah. Just red box.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm just going to say I haven't done it.
Stacy, what are some folks saying on our feed?
Well, Nadine said Redbox is okay, but we usually rent through Vudu. I totally forgot about that's an option. Our Brian said earlier last year in January, I rented The Black Klansman from Redbox. That's a good movie. Let's see. Joe says rent through on demand now, mostly Netflix or Disney. Joe also gave you some love, Tracy. She said, it's okay, Tracy. I've never rented from a Redbox either. And then Sharia made me laugh. She said, last time I rented a movie, I fell asleep twice, never got to see it. There you go.
Yeah, and now everybody's commenting on Ed's 1984 comment when he said he was a senior at NC State, and people are saying, what? I was 2. Some people are saying I was 9 in 1984.
Oh, Lord, I'm feeling so old.
Don't feel old. You look great.
Oh, thank you.
You really do.
Yes. You are very youthful, Ed Matthews. You bring the energy to the Good Morning Show every day.
Well, I definitely try to. And you know what? While we're talking about me bringing things, what if I bring some snow to the Piedmont? Would that make our viewers happy? Well, maybe some would be kind of upset. Can't please everybody, you know how it is. Well, today and tomorrow is going to be dry. Sunshine and near 50 today, mostly clear, down around freezing tonight. And then we'll start to see that moisture build up, especially Thursday afternoon, highs in the upper 40s. And of course, you're definitely going to want to watch the Good Morning Show on Friday morning. Still looking at that mixed rain and snow situation. Couldn't rule out some accumulations in parts of the Piedmont and especially out over the foothills. We're going to continue to keep you updated. We'll have much more information tomorrow. Then we dry it out for the weekend. And then next week, which I really don't want to focus on a whole lot, models are all over the place. Some of our models say dry on Monday and Tuesday. And we've got one model that just brings a winter weather situation in. So we'll watch that closely. It'd be fine with me if we were able to clear that up on Monday and Tuesday. But of course, once we get through with the Friday gig, we'll go and start looking at Monday and Tuesday.
We love Fridays.
Yeah.
We'll see about this Friday, but typically we love Fridays.
Hey, thanks so much for spending part of your day with us here on After GMS. We do this on the WFMY Facebook page every day at 7:45. So we'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place. We are sure you will have more weather questions the guys will answer. Have a great day.